Hello guys, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my January book haul. Just noticed Alfonso has one leg. There we go, that's better. So, January was an insanely big month. I had my birthday and everybody was so generous, which I'm really happy about, but also I'm supposed to be competing with Emily for this year over who can have the net fewest amount of books in the year, and I am sorely losing right now because of everyone's generosity and my own spending. It is me too. I am the problem. So we've started the year off on a massive book haul. I will talk you through it. I've got books I bought myself secondhand, books I bought brand new, kind of gifts and gifts. I'll explain when I get there. But I have a whopping 29 books to haul. 29. And a hell of a lot of those I don't have any justification. So let's start in the books I bought secondhand. So the weekend I had some lovely friends to visit. I had my Patreon meetup. I drifted into a secondhand bookshop. I was donating some books and I just left with 5. So talk you through those. The first one I have here is One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle. I can't say I know a crazy amount about this, but I really enjoyed In 5 Years that this author wrote. I can't go into the blurb of all of these books or we will be here literally hours. We're following Katie, whose mom dies, and they'd been so close to their dream of traveling to Positano together. Feeling untethered, she makes a rash decision, follows in a young Carol's footsteps, flying to Italy alone. I love solo travel. I feel like this is just going to be really good. In 5 Years was very much emotional but like contemporary at the same time, so I feel like this is going to follow the same vibes. I had a very good experience within 5 years and I feel like this is going to be the same. I then grabbed The Christmas Appeal by Janice Hallett. This was like £1.50 and I'd said that I wanted to read this book when it came out. Like, was it last, I'm saying last Christmas, I mean Christmas 2023 that this came out. Yeah, I really enjoyed The Appeal, so I wanted to read The Christmas Appeal, and just something about this tiny little book meant I could not part with like hardback money. This is £13. I just couldn't do it. So I was like, right, when I see it secondhand, on Vinted, that kind of vibe, I will buy the book. And yeah, I found it for £1.50, so had to grab it. I don't really know what this one follows, but Janice Hallett writes murder mysteries in mixed media. So straight away we have emails, we have like text messages. So yeah, I really enjoyed The Appeal. I'm sure this is going to be maybe not as good being a tiny little novella, but a very good time. Next up, one I was really excited to find in a charity shop, we have A Funny Story by Emily Henry. I think this was £4. Yeah, £3.99. And I don't know why I keep jumping for Emily Henry books. I have read 3. I've read Beach Read, You and Me on Vacation, and Book Lovers. All of them have been no more than 3 stars. I have Happy Place, it's literally right here. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna get the next hardback. I'm hoping I love one of Emily Henry's books. None of them have like outright offended me, apart from one line in Book Lovers, I think it was. But yeah, they're just like an easy fun time. This one is I'm bringing my boyfriend to your wedding, I tell my ex-fiance. So we have a fake dating situation going on, falling in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex. I'm sure it's going to be a fun time. It might not be the best thing I've ever read, but it was £4. I couldn't stop myself. We then have a book that's been on my radar for literally years. I'd never seen a physical copy. It's Honor Among Thieves by Rachel Kane and Anne Aguirre. So the reason I wanted this was Rachel Kane. I am not a sci-fi girl. However, this is YA and Rachel Kane wrote the Morganville series that I absolutely love, and I just feel like she can do no wrong. So if I'm going to love sci-fi, it's going to be by an author I enjoy already. We're following Zara, who's been in and out of New Detroit's rehab facilities for treatment of her antisocial behaviour. When she commits a crime that has her running scared, jail might be exactly where she's headed. Instead, Zara is recruited into the Honors, an elite team of humans selected by the Leviathan, a race of sentient alien ships, to explore the outer reaches of the universe as their passengers. Definitely not something I would normally read unless it had an author's name attached to it that I trust, and I am gonna give this a go. I feel like it's gonna be a fun time. And then the last book I picked up on that trip, because so I'd looked around the whole shop, I was happy with my purchases, I was gonna stop looking. I was then told I could have one for free. So I grabbed The Island by Adrian McKinty. This is definitely going to be used if I have like a second chance author prompt, because I read The Chain and I think I had the opinion of a lot of people that the first half of The Chain was amazing, but the ending, it just turned into like a separate book and it wasn't very good. So this is the book written after The Chain. I now realise Adrian McKinty has written a hell of a lot of books, but this one was written just after The Chain, I think. And I just want to give him another go, because if he can write the amazingness at the start of The Chain, he's obviously good at writing, just that book kind of sucked. So I decided for free I would give this one a go. I didn't even tell you what it's about. I don't think I know myself. It was supposed to be a family vacation. A terrible accident changed everything. You don't know what you're capable of until they come for your family. Kind of the same vibes as the start of The Chain, so we'll see. Then I bought myself a hell of a lot of books, brand new. There's some I'm not even going to go into the description far too much, because we've already been here too long. I'm doing that, I'm pointing at my timer. First one is Stinger by Mia Sheridan. This is following Grace, who's the girl with a plan. She's never stepped outside the lines she's drawn for herself, and never considered what her heart truly wants, that is, until him. Carson works in the adult entertainment industry. He doesn't care what others think and takes each day as it comes. It sounds fun. These are the ones I'm going to storm through. Because then we have Kyland by Mia Sheridan, which is about Tenley Fallon, not sure. Dirt poor, hillbilly, backwoods hick, mountain folk. She struggles each day to survive in the small, poverty-stricken mining town where she's lived with her sister and mentally ill mother. Her dream of winning the yearly Titan Coal Scholarship is all that keeps her going. With it, she would get a free ride to the college of her choice and finally escape the harshness of this life. But Kyland Barrett has worked just as tirelessly to win the scholarship, desperate to leave behind the town that brought him so much pain. He'll let nothing stand in his way, certainly not the girl who's his main competition. It sounds fun. That's definitely my kind of like TV show, so that kind of book is going to win for me. Falling for Gage, also by Mia Sheridan. These were all £2. Can I just preface that? How is it possible that perfect Gage Buchanan is still single after all these years? Perhaps he hasn't met the right woman, or maybe he's not as perfect as everyone thinks. We have a one-night stand that then turns up in his town, and I just think this sounds fun. Again, Mia Sheridan, £2. The next Mia Sheridan that was £2 is Grayson's Vow, which is about Kira, who is desperate. She must get married and fast to access the inheritance her late grandmother left her. Grayson Hawthorne is losing hope. A convicted felon with a limited capital and dwindling resources, his vow to resurrect his family's struggling vineyard seems destined to fail. That is, until a young woman enters his office with an outlandish proposal, a win-win business marriage he can't refuse. Clearly we know what's going to happen there. And then the last Mia Sheridan is Becoming Colder. There is a place in today's America with no electricity, no plumbing, and no modern conveniences. In this place there is no room for dreams, no space for self-expression, and no tolerance for ambition. Well, that's very dark. Not gonna lie, I thought that was going to be on the same vibe as the rest of those, but that is very, very different, and I clearly need to do more digging into this one. But all of these were £10. I physically couldn't leave them in the bookshop. I'm not like that. We then have Rhythm, Chord and Malakin by Mariana Zapata, which was £1. I have 2 of this author's books. I haven't read one yet, but we are following a 26-year-old Gabby, whose twin brother invites her to go on tour as his band's merch girl. 2 bands, 3 continents, 1 tour. Spending the next 90+ days with 3 beloved idiots and 8 complete strangers shouldn't be a big deal, right? If only the singer of the headlining band didn't have tattoos, a great personality, a fantastic body, and if he wasn't so funny. It's gonna be great. It's music, it's like tour. This is giving me adult open road summer vibes. That's the vibe I'm getting. We then have The Inmate by Frida McFadden, which is one of the only Frida McFadden books I didn't own. So have I looked into it? No. It was £2.50. Another one that was £2 is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I almost read this at Cole's house. I really like Christina Lauren, and this was £2, so I own that now. Then we have Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. This is book 2 in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, and I'm reading Done and Dusted literally tomorrow when I'm filming this. So I just thought I need some more cowboy romance in my life. I'm missing Cole. He's not a cowboy, but in my head I make him a cowboy. So cowboy romances are just where my heart is right now, and I grabbed it. The last book I bought myself that wasn't just a gift is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I obviously pre-ordered it in the hype. Did I read Iron Flame in time to read this? No, of course I didn't. Did I intend to? Yes, I did actually have a plan to. But we have book 3 in the Empyrean series. I don't know anything about this because I haven't read Iron Flame yet, but I am absolutely living for the end pages. They are So gorgeous. I won't add more on this. I reread Fourth Wing though in January, so if you want to hear my thoughts on that, head back to my wrap up from last week. Next up, we have my kind of gifts. These two are definitely gifts, but I feel like they need more of a preface in explaining them. So when Emily came down to visit for my birthday, she said I could have £15 to spend on whatever I wanted. It didn't have to be books. I then bought books, but that's why I'm like, I could have used this money on anything, so it's like a different category of gift. However, we have Fall With Me by Becca Mack, which is book 4 in the, I don't think this series has a name. It's book 4 in a series, and yeah, I will get onto why I have book 4 in a second, but this was in TK Maxx and it was like really affordable. I think it was like £6. It's a hockey romance series, and this one is about a Playboy defenseman and the team photographer who captures his heart. It sounds adorable, and it's Emily, so buying me hockey romance just seems like the right way to go. The other book I got from her like kind of gift card is a photo finish by Alcy Silver. This is book 2 in the Gold Rush Ranch series, and I haven't started it yet, but I have just mentioned how much I love cowboy romance at the minute, and I ended up with books 1, 3 and 4 as gifts, so I had to get book 2. So when we saw this in TK Maxx, I think again it was about £6. I was like, great, add that one to your basket because I need to finish off this series. So thank you so much, Emily, for your gift card that could have been spent on anything, but I bought books. Speaking of gift cards, I had a Waterstones gift card from Rachel from Christmas, so I went and spent it on a special edition of Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. This is the Christmas Caraval novella, and I'm so excited to own this. It's so pretty. I thought just the cover was pretty and that the like, you know, actual book was pretty, but then I realized that all of the artwork in this book is in color. So all of the like chapter headers have colored pictures, and just the art that's in here is absolutely amazing. It's such a special copy of this book. Have I finished reading the Caraval series yet? No, I haven't. I still need to read Finale, but I'm very glad to own this. Are we seeing a theme? I then have 2 books from publishers. So the first one I have here is Bingsu for 2 by Sujin Witherspoon, and this is from Hotkey Books. This is a finished copy. I'm just very happy to have got my hands on it. This is about what's his name, River. In the past 24 hours, he's dumped his girlfriend, walked out of his SATs and quit his job at his parents' cafe in disastrous fashion, even for him. Somehow he manages to talk his way into a job at a failing Korean cafe, Bingsu for 2. But then he meets his new no BS co-worker, short, grumpy and goth Sarang Cho. She's as determined to make River's life hell as she is to save her family's cafe. I just think it sounds absolutely adorable. Clearly we know what's going to happen between these two. It is a YA romance. It says on the bottom, fake dating, enemies to lovers, Korean cafe, Seattle. Contains strong language though. Ooh. It's going to be probably very predictable, but I love a cafe. I love a cafe, and a little YA romance just sounds really, really fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. And the second book I got from a publisher or through a company, I guess. I have The Wrong Bride by Katharina Mora, and this was sent to me by the team at Tandem. It is being published by Bloom Books. I think it was previously published and it's now been republished under Bloom Books. I have this sprayed edged edition, and I'm going to be doing a annotation read along of this book. I will have probably finished it by the time this video goes live, but it was hauled in January. And this is following Raven. Her sister doesn't show up on her wedding day, so apparently Raven has no choice but to take her place and get married to Aries Windsor. It says she's his fiance's younger sister. He's the man she's always loved. So we'll see. I'm not too sure what to think. My mother-in-law really liked this book, so hopefully I do too. I think it sounds really easy and fun. So yeah, really excited and grateful that Tandem sent it my way. And then finally we have gifts from lovely friends as well. Obviously we've had technically Emily and Rachel's gifts, but we have even more gifts here. The first one is from Oz, and it is Sleeping with a Psychopath by Carolyn Woods, and I got really confused. I put this on my own wish list and then forgot why, because I actually read this back in October, and it was just the like completely enthralling kind of true crime that I love. We're following Carolyn, who meets Mark online and they embark in a relationship. He's apparently this really wealthy man. He takes her on all these very expensive experiences, but it turns out that he might not be all that he seems, and I just thought this was really, really good. Obviously I hate that this happened to Carolyn, but reading the book I just found it just completely like consuming, and I had to know all the details. It felt like a documentary in a book, So I wanted to have the physical copy. It has pictures, and I thought if I reread it I can come back to the physical one and yeah, just have this in my like forever true crime collection, because I thought it was really, really good. So thank you, Oz, for providing. We then have a birthday gift from Victoria, which is Lost and Lassoed. I don't know how you say that word, lassoed, by Lila Sage. This is book 3 in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, as I mentioned book 2 earlier. And yeah, it's steamy cowboy romance. What more do I need to say? Thank you, Victoria, for providing. I need the small town romances. We then have 3 books from Kitty that happened on my weekend meetup. We have Consider Me, we have Unravel Me, and we have Play With Me by Becca Mack. So these are books 1 to 3 in that series I mentioned earlier. Kitty is just crazy, and I basically dared her to not actually buy these, but I was like, oh no, I don't need the whole series, like please don't you dare. And yeah, she bought all 3, so that's how these have appeared in my life. But for a shot at love, he'll do whatever it takes. Carter Beckett is the NHL's best player. Olivia Parker isn't new to professional hockey players thanks to her best friend's boyfriend, but she has no interest in dating one herself, no matter how hot he is. We know where that's gonna go. So Unravel Me. Adam Lockwood wouldn't know luck if it hit him in the face. Rosie Wells has her hands full as a single mother and a 4th year veterinarian student, and she certainly wouldn't know a hockey player if she ran into one. That sounds very fun. And then book 3, he's found the perfect, actually this might be in order, he's found the perfect person, but she's the only one he can't be with. Garrett Anderson knows that playing professional hockey requires absolute dedication to the rules. There's just one rule he's finding very difficult to follow. Stay away from the captain's younger sister. I feel like that's going to be my favourite of those books. But yeah, we have books 1 to 3 in this ice hockey romance series, and I am very happy to own these. We still have 4 books left. Can you believe this, guys? The first of the last 4 is The Escape Room by Al D. Smithson, and this was a gift from Laura. I actually find that really funny. It's from Laura because it says perfect for fans of The Traitors. She's been watching The Traitors and telling me I need to watch it, but I am just very excited about the escape room element. It's been described as The Traitors plus Squid Game, which sounds fun. Everything is a clue, no one can leave, the only way out is to win. Bonnie arrives at a remote sea fort off the coast of England to take part in a mysterious reality TV show. Competing against 7 strangers, she must solve a series of puzzles to win the money. Doesn't take long for the contestants to turn on one another. Who will sacrifice the most for wealth and fame? I think this sounds really fun. I haven't seen many reviews of this, which is interesting because I feel like I've seen it around but haven't seen reviews, so I'm gonna do some more digging, but this definitely feels like exactly what I want in a book. This one is then from Faith. It is I Will Never Leave You by Cara A. Kennedy, and it sounds absolutely fascinating. The cover is really, really cool as well. It is YA, which I didn't realise because it sounds really dark. It says Maya has always known that spirits exist, even dabbled in light rituals, but she never imagined she'd need to banish her ex-girlfriend. When Alana's ghost turns up at her door, Maya is terrified. Their breakup was hardly amicable, and now Alana, desperate to come back to life, is threatening her. If Maya doesn't help her possess a girl in town, Alana will frame Maya for her murder. So this sounds really, really dark. It's like witchy and murder mystery. I'm here for it. Thank you, Faith. Almost there now, guys. The next book I have is a gift from Claire, and it is Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. I have heard so much hype around this book, but again, not many reviews, just people saying I should read it. We're following Andrew and Thomas at boarding school. Andrew is writing these twisted fairy tales and leaving them for Thomas. Thomas's parents have vanished and he has blood on his sleeve. Stranger still, Thomas won't talk to Andrew, even though he's always loved sketching the monstrous creatures from Andrew's stories. So we've got like fairy tale, a deliciously dark thriller apparently, and I didn't actually realise, I thought this author sounded familiar, but they wrote 1,000 Perfect Notes, which is a book I read quite a long time ago now. So yeah, I feel like this is going to be a fun one to read. There are drawings in here I've just caught my eye on, like weird, but yeah, this one sounds so fun, so thank you, Claire. Last but by no means least, my camera actually cut me off because I've been talking for 25 minutes without pausing, and then my battery died, is how long I've been filming for. So the last book I have in this haul is A False Start by Elsie Silver, which is book number 4 in the, what did I say it was called? The Gold Rush Ranch. So Rebel Blue Ranch, a Gold Rush Ranch series. This one was a gift from the lovely Rhiannon over at Welsh Reader, and she gifted me this for Christmas, but I actually didn't get it until like the start of January because of going away and stuff. But yeah, this is continuing my small town romances. I kissed her and the world stood still. My plan is to stay away, but the universe keeps pushing us together. I'm really excited to read this series. I feel like I should dedicate a week to just reading the entire thing. I know I'm gonna love them. I love Elsie Silver. So thank you, Rhiannon, for adding to my small town romance obsession. I really appreciate it. So there we go, guys. Those are all the books I hauled this month. I don't even know how I'm going to take a thumbnail, if I'm quite honest with you. This is actually ridiculous. I won't keep you for much longer. This is already going to be a hell of a video, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you again to anybody who has contributed to these stacks of books. And yeah, pray for me in putting these away on shelves, because I think they're going to have to live on the floor for a little while. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please do leave me a comment down below if any of these books are things I have to read immediately. Oh my god, I completely forgot. I'm doing an advent calendar again this year. So my books from my December haul that I have chosen are wrapped up and ready. So I need to pick books from this stack that I purchased for myself to wrap up for my advent calendar. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so I've been thinking about it, and I'm definitely gonna do these three. So we have The Paradise Problem, The Inmate, Rhythm Chord, and Malakin. But then I have my 5 Mia Sheridan books, and I can't remember which of these are in series. Okay, Becoming Colder comes before Finding Eden, so I won't start a new series. I'll wrap that one up. And then all of these are, what do you call them, standalones. So I'm gonna go for, these two can stay out, but these two are gonna be wrapped. So I have 6 books here to wrap up for my advent calendar, which is what I'm gonna do. And then I'll put all the books to the side, ready to stack on the shelves at some point. I'm actually going to try and wrap up more books because I'm planning on hauling less throughout the year. So maybe I do these 3 as well. I'm going to wrap up 9 books. My advent calendar is almost ready, and it is the 31st of January. So if you don't know what I'm doing, basically I did it last year. All my YouTube shorts are up on my channel, but I picked books out of my book hauls from the first 6 months of the year, wrapped them up, and then opened 1 book a day in the lead up to Christmas. So I don't have much luck with advent calendars, so I decided to make my own. My advent calendar for this year has already started. It is ready. I do still remember what these books are, but hopefully I forget a little bit close to the time. But yeah, this is what I'm doing for this year, and I will add my new books to my collection and find somewhere to put them. Now I really will shut up because this video is stupidly long, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.